You guys, that is incredible. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be playing with some new affordable makeup. I have the new ColourPop and Mulan collection. I have the eyeshadow palette I'm going to try out, and I'm going to try out the blushes. We have some new things from Essence Cosmetics, you guys, which I'm super excited about. There's a Wet n Wild and Bretman Rock collection. I also have some new Revlon lipsticks to try out. So I'm kind of just, hopping back and forth from new launches. There's going to be a bunch of different products to talk about. I won't be able to try everything in every collection just because, I can't try out 10 lipsticks at once. So I'm just going to kind of pick out what intrigues me most, and we're going to try all of these products out. So we're going to start off by using the ColourPop and Mulan eyeshadow palette. I have been dying to try this out. It's just been sitting in my beauty room for weeks now. I'm so excited to finally use it. This is a really unique palette because it has some cool tones and some warm tones in it, but they're all like neutral tones, which I think is really fun. The other Disney palettes that they've created are definitely much more colorful than this. I mean, they're still wearable as well, but this is probably the most neutral wearable palette that they've come out with. I also really like how it looks like you can create some really pretty glam looks with some of these foiled shadows in here. So let's go ahead and get started with the eye look using this. I'm going to be starting out with the NARS Tinted Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Primer. I'm going to be using the medium shade today. I already did my brows off camera. I used the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. I'm going to go ahead and take my Real Techniques brush and just buff this out. Okay, let's hop into the palette. I'm going to start off with this shade right here called Imperial. And I'm just going to start by working that in the crease as the transition shade. It's a really pretty cool tone brown. It actually is coming off on my eye a lot deeper than what it looked like in the pan. So I'm just working with what I have on the brush and just buffing things out. I'm trying to figure out what kind of a look I want to do with this. I want to go pretty glam, I think, with the eye, just because this palette seems like something that you can go extremely glam with. I'm really intrigued by these two shades especially, so maybe we'll incorporate both of those somehow. I'm just using what's left on the brush and making sure that the outer edges are nice and buffed. This is a really pretty shade. I love it. Alright, next I'm going to take Honor, which is this shade right here. It's just slightly deeper than the first shade we just put on. I'm going to kind of take these shades from lightest to darkest and the brown tones first to kind of build up the definition. So I'm going to start by kind of pressing this on the outer portion of the eye and then buffing it into the crease a little bit just to start to kind of deepen up and add more definition to the outer corners and also the crease to kind of start building out that shape. Those two shades are looking so nice together. I'm going to go ahead and deepen things up even more using this shade right here called True. Ooh, this shade looks pretty. I'm going to tap off the extra, and I'm using a little bit of a smaller brush with this shade just to be that much more precise in the crease and then along the lash line a little bit, kind of creating like a subtle V in the areas where I want the most definition. So along the lash line right here, and then as it meets the crease, I'm just lightly dusting that into the crease to kind of create even more depth and shape there. Okay, I'm just taking another brush and just blending out the edges super lightly one more time. I truly want to play with these two shades right here, so I'm actually going to start with this. This is called Loyal. I might start applying this with my finger. I don't really know how this formula is going to work. This is such a pretty red with like a gold shift to it. It's so pretty. Okay, I'm going to pop this in the center of the lid, just using light pressing motions. And I'm just going to start to build that up right in the center. And I'm just using my finger to kind of blend it out toward the edges, toward those darker brown shades. And I'm also kind of pressing most of the pigment against the lash line so that when my eyes are open, you really see that gorgeous red. This is so pretty. Oh my gosh. Wow, that is such a pretty shade. I'm obsessed with it. I love the gold glitter in it. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing to this eye. Okay, this is looking so pretty already. Next, I'm going to take the shade Be Swift, which is such a beautiful gold foil. I cannot wait to put this on my eyes. Oh my gosh, you're kidding. Okay, I want this in the inner portion, so I'm going to take that on my finger and press it on the inner third, connecting it into the red shade. That's incredible. Oh, you guys, that is incredible. Okay, I'm taking a small brush and dipping into that exact same shade, and I'm going to create a soft cut crease using this glitter. Oh my gosh. I'm kind of blending it up toward the center of the top of the eyelid so that it all blends nicely together. Oh, that is so sparkly. I love it. Okay, same thing on this eye. Oh my gosh, this is one of the most beautiful eyeshadows I think I've ever seen. Okay, I am in love with both of those shades. I'm going to go ahead and take an angled brush and dip into this shade right here called Defiant. It's a glittery black shade. I'm going to make sure to tap off the extra, and then I'm going to apply this to the outer portions of the lash line just so that we don't lose that definition. I'm bringing the shadow out slightly to create a little bit of a soft wing on the edge. Okay, next I'm going to wipe away any fallout. There is a bit of glitter fallout because of those two shades. But that's okay because we will apply mascara and hopefully that will help kind of catch any glitter fallout. I'm just taking my finger and pressing down the edges of the eye so it's not too harsh. We're going to go into mascara really quickly. I'm going to go into this mascara right here from Wet n Wild and Bretman Rock. It's from the new collection. They did a bunch of products with Bretman Rock and I was excited to see that there's a mascara because I always love trying new mascaras. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this on the top lashes. The applicator is so interesting on this. Look how it's shaped. It's actually brilliant. I feel like it makes it really easy to get right up close to the lashes. Okay, that mascara went on really, really nicely. I'm excited to see how it continues to wear after a few days of being open because usually I personally like a mascara after it's like a few days old or even a week or two old because I feel like the formula dries out a little bit and then it gets a little bit more grip to it. I am already impressed though at how beautiful this looks. It really gave a nice winged effect to my lashes. I feel like they're very fluttery but still voluminous, so I'm really excited to keep using that, and we'll see if it smudges or flakes because that is always a deal breaker for me when it comes to any sort of mascara. Before we hop over to the face, I kind of want to do one more thing to the eyes really quickly. I'm going to dip into the shade Strike a Match, which is a beautiful glittery champagne shade. There's so much shimmer in this palette, like so much glitter, and I love it. Okay, I'm trying to get this on a brush. For some reason, it's not sticking to a brush as easily as I would want it to, but that's okay. I'm just building it up in small layers because of that. And I'm just going to apply that into the inner corner of the eye. I'm going to blend it upward just slightly. I'm not going to do like a full scoopity boopity with this, but I am wanting to kind of drag it up a little bit just to blend it in with that gold shade. Yeah, that's where I want it, I think. So let's go back in with a makeup wipe and just make sure to wipe away as many glitter pieces as possible. Moving into complexion, I'm going to be using the Tatcha Liquid Silk Canvas Primer. I'm still testing this out. I can't tell how I feel about it. Like, I really like it. It feels beautiful on the skin. But the past couple of times that I've worn it, I've noticed that my chin at the end of the night has like product breaking up on it, and it could just be the state of my skin right now. It could be this product, it could be the foundation I've been using, I don't really know. But overall, I really do like the initial application of it. I like how the foundation blends out on top of it, but I'm still trying to play with it as far as the wear throughout the day goes. So I'll keep you guys posted on how I feel about this as I figure it out. But I wanted to try it again today. I'm going to be using it with the Nude Illusion foundation from Wander Beauty. I wanted to use this with the primer because I'm very familiar with this foundation and it wears very well on me. So I wanted to kind of see if this foundation is breaking up at the end of the day, then it would be the primer. And if it doesn't, maybe it's something else that I've been trying. I'm just going to go ahead and blend out my foundation with this Real Techniques brush, and then I'll go over it with a sponge. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and press everything in with my beauty blender. Okay, whoa, wait a minute. I feel like that is a stunning combination. I feel like my skin looks so airbrushed. Huh, okay, well, maybe it is just the foundation I've been trying over top of this. Maybe that foundation doesn't work with this primer. I don't know, because this one, based off of application, looks flawless. I will definitely leave a note in the description about how this wears, because obviously this video is not about, you know, the primer or foundation. It's about affordable products today, but I am definitely curious to see how this combo wears, so I'll leave a note for those of you who are interested to know how this wore. I'm going to brighten up the under eyes with my Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Concealer. Also going to use it down the center of the face. And I love, love, love to use this Real Techniques brush to buff out concealer. It's been my favorite thing in the world these days. I'm just pressing the concealer into the skin even more with my sponge because we do not want any harsh lines. I'm going to set the under eyes using the Beauty Bakery Flour Powder. It's been a while since I've used this. I'm just going to go ahead and press this under the eyes. I'm also just going to press it in the T-zone. And then we're going to move back to the eyes. I'm actually going to take the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil in the shade Demolition. And I want to apply this to the waterline. So after applying it to the waterline, I'm going to take it and go directly underneath the lashes, just on this outer third of the lower lash line. And I'm going to take a small flat brush and just blend that out. And I'm dragging that all the way across the lower lash line, but keeping most of the depth on that outer corner, kind of where it connects with the wing on the top lid. All right, I'm actually going to go back into Imperial, which is the first shade that we used. I'm going to take that flat brush and I'm going to apply this on the inner portion of the lower lash line. And then I'm going to dip into the shade True with the same brush. I'm going to tap off the extra and I'm going to use this on the outer portion of the lower lash line to really buff and blend the liner. And I'm blending that in with the first shade and meeting about halfway across the lower lash line. Just taking my powder brush and dusting away any fallout. I'm going to take a little bit of this shade actually. This is called Undefeated. And while we're at it, I'm just going to use the same brush. I'm going to make sure to really tap off the extra and then press it into the brush using the back of my hand before going into the lower lash line, just so that we can prevent as much fallout as possible. And I'm just going to blend that in the center of the lower lash line, just so we have a little bit of that red tone along the lower lash line to match the sparkles on the top. Next up, I'm going to take this shade right here called Warrior. And I'm going to blend that in the inner third of the lower lash line. And then I'm going to take a tiny bit of this shade right here called Like a Girl. And I'm going to apply that right over top in the inner portion of the lower lash line. Alright, I'm going to take a clean brush and just buff everything. And then I'm going to apply that same exact Wet n Wild Bretman Rock mascara pretty generously to the lower lashes. Okay, well, I'm really happy with how the eyes turned out. We're going to go ahead and move into complexion. Essence actually sent me this PR package, which, by the way, I should make a disclaimer that all of these new affordable products that we're trying were sent to me, just so you know. But anyway, Essence sent me 3 new palettes. So we have the Sun Club Matte Bronzing Powder Palette, which looks like this on the inside. And then we have 2 new Essence Pure Nude Highlighting Palettes, you guys. I love the Pure Nude Highlighter, so I'm so excited about this. So we have the highlighter palette and then the Sunlighter palette. One is suited more for light to medium skin tones, and then the Sunlighter is more for medium to deep. So I'm going to be trying out this one right here, which is the Pure Nude Highlighter palette. I'm so excited. First, let's go ahead and try bronzer out from the Essence Sun Club Matte Bronzing Palette. I'm so excited about this. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the lightest shade because I just want to see how the pigmentation is. So I'm going to go ahead and dip my brush into this, and I'm going to start to apply this on the outer portions of the face. Ooh, the tone of this is so nice. I'm still dipping into that same shade just to see what that color looks like all over my face. I'm loving it though. I'm kind of doing that trick that I learned from you guys. If you didn't see that video, I'll have it linked down below, but I learned to get a more youthful look with your bronzer to go a little more straight across the face than down, and I've been loving to do that. So I'm just going to continue bringing this in, patting it across the nose, and then I'm going to drag it along the jawline and also down the neck. This seems to be blending out really, really nicely. I'm going to take a little bit of this dipped into the second shade, which is a bit darker, just because I want to test out how that color looks. I'm just going to add that to my forehead and more toward the outer portions of the cheeks. And I'm going to keep the center of the face with just the lighter shade. I think that looks really, really nice. I'm actually going to take my powder brush and just kind of sweep over the edges so that we don't have any harsh lines. Wow, that palette is really, really nice. Obviously, the other 2 shades are too deep for me right now. If I had a fake tan on, I might be able to get away with those, but you could always use any of the shades that won't work for you as eyeshadows if you wanted to, so that's probably what I will end up doing with the other 2 shades. But those went on really nicely. I'm really excited about that. Okay, we're actually going to go into the Pure Nude Highlighter Palette right here. And I'm going to try out the Bretman Rock and Wet n Wild Face Highlighting Brush. With this highlighter, it looks like this. It seems like the perfect size and shape for highlighter. Okay, so here's what this palette looks like. I'm very, very excited about this. I'm probably going to mix these 2 top shades. I'm going to tap off the extra on my brush, and then I'm just going to start layering this up on the side of my face. Oh my gosh, so pretty, you guys. I love the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter because I feel like it just melts into the skin, and it's blinding, but it's very natural looking somehow, which I love. I'm going to take some down the center of the nose, on the cupid's bow. I think that looks really, really nice. I'm going to go over it with my sponge actually, just to melt that into the skin even more. I think that looks so nice though. Wow, okay, I'm really excited about those. For blush, we're going to be using one of the blushes from the Disney and Mulan collection. The first one is called Good Luck Charm. I don't know if I'm going to use this one. We'll see. I've been really eyeing the other one, which is called, what is this called? Matchmaker. I don't know, something about this tone just makes me really excited. Yeah, I'm going to try this one first. Again, this is called Matchmaker. I'm going to tap off the extra and I'm going to use my blush brush to just kind of press this onto the apples of the cheeks. Ooh, it has the prettiest like beigey peach undertone, which I love. I'm going to take a little bit across the nose. Oh, that's so pretty. It definitely has glitter in the pan, but when I apply it to the skin, I don't see specks of glitter. Maybe very faintly, but it actually looks really nice. It just kind of makes my skin look healthy. I'm gonna put a little on the forehead. Just what's left on the brush. I didn't add any more. That's so pretty. I love it. Okay, I just wiped off any foundation that got on the lips. I think I want to use this lip liner. This is the KKW Beauty 90s Runway lip liner. I just feel like it'll match the blush perfectly. After I've applied that, I feel like it's almost too strong for the look, even though the color is nice. So we're gonna try something else. Okay, yeah, I think this one is nice. This one is called 90s Style. It's from KKW Beauty as well. It's got that peachy undertone, but it's not as dark. Okay, I wanted to try out these. So this is a really cute little paper that came with this PR package from Revlon. These are their new super lustrous glass shine lipsticks. These retail for $9.99. I wanted to try out this shade right here. This is called Nude Illuminator. Kind of has a little more of a rosy undertone, but they almost have like a lip balm texture with a little bit of a tint. I'm just gonna apply that all over. They actually also have a clear version of this, which might have been nice with the lip liner since that kind of tinted my lips a different color, but that's okay. They feel really nice on the lips. I'm being so indecisive today, you guys. And I am going to try the clear one because I loved the color of that lip liner. Okay, here we are again, third time's the charm. This time I'm gonna use the clear version of the lustrous lipstick. There we go. And it keeps the tone, but you get a different finish. That's really nice. Ooh, I actually feel like I'll use this a lot when I just want that hint of a lip balm slash gloss. It's kind of in the middle of the two, honestly. I feel like that's a great product to just add on top of whatever you already have on your lips. Okay, let's step back and assess the situation. I'm gonna take a bit more of my bronzer, just whatever's left on the brush, and just press that on the cheeks one more time. I'll put a tiny bit more blush on with whatever's left on the brush. I feel like the highlighter is good. Everything else looks fine to me. So we're gonna go ahead and lock it in with this right here. This is the Wet n Wild Bretman Rock Jungle Rock 3-in-1 Face Mist. And it's a really beautiful iridescent kind of a mist. You see that? It's so pretty. So I'm interested to see how this looks on the skin. I'm gonna make sure to spray it away from myself first, just to make sure it doesn't spit at me initially. Okay, let's go ahead and set the sides of the face with this. Ooh, it smells like coconut. Yum. The mist on that was really, really nice. And I love the scent. It smells so good. I'm just gonna set the brows with my M Cosmetics Micro Fluff Brow Gel. Sorry, just a little more highlighter in the inner corner. I'm just gonna take that from the Essence highlighter palette. There we go. I'm gonna add what's left under the brow. Okay, now I feel like we're done. I really do love almost everything we tried. I mean, I love everything. Obviously, it's gonna take more than just a first impression to really get a feel for how much I use these products and what sticks in my routine, but the eyeshadow palette was stunning, especially these two middle shades. I felt like there's such a unique formula. This gold shade is out of this world, and I really loved the final look. I felt like I was able to create something super glam, but still very, very wearable. The tones are approachable, but the formulas are different and fun. So I do actually feel like it adds to my collection, and I thought initially by looking at it that it might not be that way, that it might just be a good neutral palette for people out there, but it's an exciting one to me because of the different textures and all the glitters in it. So I'm really a fan of this eyeshadow palette. I'm excited to keep wearing it. The Bretman Rock mascara went on really beautifully. Again, I'm excited to see how this works after it's been open for a few days, and I'm also curious to see if it smudges or flakes, so I will leave a note down below letting you know if that happens or not, because that is always a deal breaker for me. But based off of my first impressions, I do really, really like it. I felt like the applicator was really innovative, and the formula is the type of formula that I typically reach for when it comes to any mascara. So I'm excited about that. The Essence Sun Club Matte Bronzing Palette was so pretty. This shade was perfect for my fair skin tone. Obviously this palette would work for basically every skin tone. There's a color for everybody. So I'm really excited about this, and I do feel like I will get the most use out of probably these top two colors, but I do see myself using these two as eyeshadows, so I do feel like I'll use all four colors in this palette. The highlighting palettes are beautiful as well. well. I do feel like they were so buttery and smooth, and I just really like the shades in here as well. These are the two deeper shades in this palette, and I still feel like I would be able to get some use out of this, especially more in the summertime. If you have more of a medium or deep skin tone, this is the other palette just for reference. You guys can see the tones that are in here. These are beautiful as well. The formula seems promising. I'm actually very excited about that, and since they're from Essence, that means that they're very affordable, which is always super exciting. The Mulan blush was such a pretty tone. I'm excited about this one. I didn't get a chance to try the other one, and it is pretty glittery, so we'll see how that one goes in another video, but this one's really exciting even though it does have glitter in it. Again, I felt like it just added a little bit of a healthy look to my cheeks, so I'm super pumped about that as well. I feel like it was honestly a successful first impressions. I feel like the new Revlon lipsticks were really interesting too. I definitely liked the clear one. I will have to try some of the deeper shades when I'm doing a look that's not so bold on the eyes, because I feel like all these other colors, I'll just show you really quickly. Look at some of the bright tones in here. I'm really excited about them, but I feel like those would be great for more of like a statement lip kind of a moment where you have very fresh looking makeup everywhere else, and then you can wear like a bright pink or a berry tone on the lip. So I'll have to try those bolder colors later, but from what I can tell, the formula is really comfortable on the lips, and it's a nice in-between of a gloss and a balm, so it's not too sticky, but it's also feeling hydrating, so I'm excited to keep trying those out. The Bretman Rock setting spray smelled really good. I'm gonna have to see how this wears throughout the night, obviously, to see if I notice a difference in my foundation using this, but it's a really beautiful product. Like, it's so satisfying to see those pretty swirls of like illumination in there. I think it's so pretty. I felt like the highlighting brush was really good that we tried out, this one right here. I do feel like I would use this again. It's just like the perfect shape and size. So yeah, guys, everything that I tried, I really enjoyed. I'm a huge fan of how the final look turned out. I really love the eye look. Everything so far seems like it's super top-notch quality, so I'm excited to keep wearing all of it. Let me know in the comments below if you guys have tried any of these new things and what your thoughts are about them. I would love to hear what you guys think. If you're new here, hi, my name is Allie, and I would love for you to join the family. You can do so by hitting the subscribe button, and if you're already a subscriber but you want to be notified on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, click on the bell after you subscribe and you'll get a notification every single time I post. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you guys found it helpful. As always, be sure to leave a comment down below letting me know what other videos you would like to see, or if there's any other new products that you would like for me to try out or review. I hope you guys are doing well, and I hope you're staying safe and healthy, and I will see you in my next video. Love you. Bye!